everyone, this is Casey from the Canton County Public Library. I'm here at the Covington branch in our local history and genealogy department. And today, as you can see, we are actually in our archive, just a little bit of a change of pace from our usual setup. And in honor of September and going back to school, we are going to talk a little bit today about our yearbook collection. Now, most people that come into our department probably already know that we have a very sizable, as you can see, yearbook collection here. It's one of our most popular collections that we have here in the department. But I thought it would be kind of fun today to see some of our more recent yearbooks, maybe from the 70s, 80s, see some of the fun fashions during that time period, and also just a couple of tips on how yearbooks can help you in your genealogy research. So first, to start off with, we have let's see, this is Holmes High School yearbook from 1977. For people that might not be familiar with the collection, most of our yearbook collections span pretty much any school in this area, and I would say the bulk of the years would probably be from the 30s until the 80s, with some other years scattered about. Usually the biggest question I get when people come up to the desk about the yearbook collection is, well, do you have every single year available? We don't, unfortunately. We get donations and years as they come to us, but we're always trying to get more books in and update our online database in Genki as well, so keep a lookout for that if you're looking for a specific school or year. So again, this is from Holmes High School, 1977, so very cool cover here. I guess I'm assuming from DeVue Park, featuring the skyline of Cincinnati. And I really like this yearbook because they have some pretty amazing hairstyles included. I won't go up super close here, but as you can see, some very stylish students in 1977. I just really liked that they have some very fun backgrounds here. You probably can't see, but some people were kind of leaned up against a wagon wheel. I didn't have that option in high school, and I'm kind of sad about it, but we probably had the lasers, if you remember that, in the 90s, but again, some very fun student photos here. If you see yourself in these, I'm not making fun. I'm merely admiring some of the great fashion statements of that time period. But again, really fun stuff. If you want to ever look yourself up during these years, to have a look in those photos there. Something else that's really kind of interesting, I think, about some of these yearbooks are some of the old advertisements. Again, a lot of places that I look through, especially stuff in the 70s and 80s, I know a lot of these places are not around anymore, so if you're looking up research on maybe an old business that you're interested in, maybe you're doing house research or trying to pinpoint an old business at one point, yearbooks can actually probably be a good resource for that because they give you names and owners and dates and addresses too, of course. So this is from the Dixian 1940. Again, we have some old advertisements listed here. Citizens Telephone Company. Let's see what else. John R. Coppin. That building course is still there in Covington. So again, if you're doing some kind of research on the area during this time period, trying to find some old businesses, yearbooks might be a good option for you if you're hitting a roadblock or trying to maybe find some alternate ideas for research. And again, there's tons and tons of names listed here, so a good option for you. And again, we have some newer yearbooks as well. The 2000s aren't super well represented in our collection, but we do have some from these years as well. And as somebody that graduated in 2005, it's actually kind of funny to me to see just how similar some of the clothing styles and fashions were. Even though I didn't grow up in this area, I can kind of see some of these students here and say, yeah, I recognize some of those hairstyles, clothing styles, some of the, pop culture that they mentioned. So it's kind of fun to see how trends and things kind of cross culture, cross years as well in areas. So kind of fun to see other school yearbooks as well from that time period. And again, here is the Madonna College. We also have some college yearbooks as well, including Northern Kentucky yearbooks too. There's one really cool photo in here that I liked. This is actually from, let's see, one of the school parades that they put on. This is kind of hard to see, but it's actually the whale from Moby Dick that the students created, so kind of fun to look through these photos as well. Again, some really great fashion here. The fraternity photos, school clubs, things like that. Again, even if you're trying to research maybe someone in your family and you don't know a whole lot about them, if you knew that they were in a certain club, or you knew that they had, a specific subject they were good in, maybe go back to the school years and look through some of the clubs as well and see if they can be located in those too. Or again, maybe they played a sport. Yearbooks are really good to find, if you don't have a ton of information on someone, going to a yearbook and finding that relative, you can kind of see maybe what they were like in high school, what they like to do, what kind of, groups they hung around with. So not only are they just fun to look at, but they're also, of course, a great piece of research information for you as well. So again, we have tons and tons of yearbooks. It would take hours, days, months to go through all of them, but again, a really fun, interesting resource to use for your genealogy. Just to wrap up, we do have a couple of really fun events coming up virtually. We have the house tour of Southern King County. August 10th is going to be one of our new houses coming up, so be sure to check our YouTube page for that as well. My colleague Kate has a new video for local history in Northern Kentucky featuring faces and places photos. That's also going to be back to school related with some teachers in the area. So that would also be a really fun video to check out if you're getting back into the school spirit. And in our next Adventures in the Archives video, we actually are going to be featuring a new collection that was just donated to us, featuring the McCoy family. So we're still working a lot on that, doing some research, how that's connected with some of our other McCoy family material here. So that's going to be more of a broad video. We're going to have stuff from Faces and Places. Sierra's going to do a lot of research on that to bring to you guys, and then do a video kind of coalescing everything together. So we're really excited about that. This is a really fun collection. So be sure to check back next month when we work on that as well, and have a great day.